In this video, we're going to be taking the commonly known modded feature, the ME system from the mod Applied Energistics, and attempting to recreate it as best as we can in vanilla Minecraft using Redstone. I'm going to do a brief overview for those of you who aren't familiar with this before we go over to vanilla, just to explain what it does and then sort of see how it compares to what I come up with. So yeah, the thing I'm going to come up with is not going to be a completed version. It's probably going to be version Mark 1 or something like that. Anyway, so here is a partial ME system. It's reasonably fancy, but not the fanciest thing ever. There's auto crafting stuff over there, but we can just, as you can see, we can just view our items here. We can see how many items we have, and there's stuff here that's for auto crafting. That's auto crafting. Then you can craft stuff inside the ME system, and we can also access our ME drives and stuff here, which is all the stuff that's stored in it. We can access that pretty much anywhere that we have an ME terminal like this. So up here it's just connected to the rest of the system, and we can view all the same stuff in here. So the parts we're going to replicate are the viewing of items, the storage of items, and the removal of items from any given location from the actual central system. So now that you have an idea of what we're going to be able to do and sort of the limitations of it, like we can't do auto crafting obviously at the moment in vanilla Minecraft, so none of that's going to be included. Yeah, let's go over to vanilla and I'll show you what I've done. And this right here is what I've come up with so far, and I'm calling this the ME Mark 1 because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a Mark 2, maybe a Mark 3 version of this system here. And this is attempting to recreate as closely as possible, given the limitations of vanilla Minecraft, what an actual ME system can do in modded Minecraft. And so far we have some capabilities. We have items stored and levels of items being stored indicators, like we can see how much we have stored based on these lamps. These are modified storage silos being used here that I had to make this weird design to fit around this other redstone back here. We have indicators for the various different, I guess, access points to this vanilla redstone ME system here, and these indicators are not actually connected to anything, they're just manually added. So we have an red sandstone port over there, we have also an emerald port over there. These are both access points to the ME system here, or yeah, I'm just gonna call it that because that's what it's trying to be. So I'll sort of explain what this does here. And so currently there's two item silos, each one for a certain type of item. We have stone brick slabs and golden carrots. And if we go back here, you're gonna see that we have these little things over here, and these are modified timing systems taken from the Sahara warehouse. They're pretty heavily modified, but the idea was sort of the same. Down here we have an item decoder system that's also modified from the Sahara warehouse and adapted to be suitable for this. And so basically, if an item were to go in here, in this case a golden carrot, it would go through there and it would trigger this torch tower, which would go up here, and it would activate this sticky piston, which would push this block over and update this sticky piston here, and that would start this little hopper clock. And there's 32 just items in here, in this case redstone dust, and then that would go over here and then it would go back, and during that time it will put exactly 64 items into this dropper here, and it does that by unlocking this hopper by depowering that torch. I'll demonstrate all this in action momentarily, but then those items get sent out and they go to whichever, I guess, little access point they were called to based on this sort of system here with the various like water stream diverting things and stuff like that. And there's a lot of other water streams going on here. I'll honestly just explain as I demonstrate, but if we go up here and take a look at this, currently we don't have any farms or anything connected to this, but you could easily do that as well. We might do that in a Mark 2 version if you guys want to see more of this and like see me continue working on this project, because I don't think this is at all its finished state. I'd love to have it be able to dispense a certain number of items. I'd love to have like more compact ways to store more items and like less intensive redstone things per item, so that would also be awesome. But here you could pretty much just tile these storage silos and sorters and everything next to each other here. This is the, I guess, distance in between them is 3 blocks like this, so you could just tile another one onto here, continue the water streams and all that stuff. But now let's go take a look at these access points over here. So here is just the red sandstone interface, I guess. This is being called a lot of different names, I guess. Access point or border interface. It's basically just a way to access all the items and like get stuff out wherever you feel like. So here we've got a redstone lamp that's not powered. We have a closed trapdoor and a chest right here with some just filler items and then 2 stacks of items that we actually have available to acquire. So we have stonework slabs and we have golden carrots. So if we were to just walk closer, push Q, that will throw the golden carrot out and it gets dispensed and it runs along here. It's gonna make it up here and it will go into that sorter. This will trigger, as you can see, it's dispensing the golden carrots now, and you'll see that this thing here reversed positions and now it's blocking that and it's diverting the water stream over to here. And all the items are going into this minecart with hopper back here. And it turned on the lamp, which means it's about half full of items, and eventually as it gets to about 3/4 full, it's going to trigger that, and it opened that trap door, and it started to send a pulse here. When that pulse gets up there, that will trigger this circuit here, and it will pull back the redstone block, and that will have reset this item pathway. So that will have closed it back off, reset it for next time, and if we go in here, there's 64 items, and when we take that out, that stuff turns off and it closes and is ready for the next time. And if we take a look back in here, there's 64 items again. And so I showed you part of this in action, but I'm going to show you the rest of it. So the second we take this out, let's fly back here. You're going to see that that triggers that redstone, and that's going to divert the water. It diverts it here and it diverts it over here. And this is the pathway for the returned item. We actually missed it a little bit. But here is it returning back to here, and as you can see there is 64 again, and we should have items flowing through. Yep, there's items flowing through turned on the lamp. If we look over here, once this redstone pulse gets all the way over here, all the items will be gone, and that's gonna change like that. So it resets the water stream, and it will have done that over here as well. And so now you see that if we open this, there's 64 slabs. We take that out. That closes, resets, there's everything back in here, so it's completely ready to go once again. But now I want to show you this part in action, because this is one of the more complicated parts of this. So let's go over here and let's watch this, because we have a second access point over here, which is in a different spot, and it's the emerald one. So let's order carrots. So we're going to watch the decoder item as it goes along. You'll see that that diverted the water stream. This is going to go down here, and it goes into there like that. It's going to get dispensed out of there, and that one's closed, but this one is diverted, so it knows which one to go back to just based on the pistons being open or closed. And it already made it all the way back here, and we have 64 golden carrots again. And in the meantime, there's also golden carrots coming down this water stream. As you can see, this one is still closed and locked, but this one is diverting the water this way, so it knows which one to go to. And it looks like it opened, so we should have 64 golden carrots in there. And right about now, oh, it looks like it already closed. It looks like it already went back to just standby and is all locked and everything. So if we take that out, it's gonna turn that off, and that's how that works. So pretty much the system that I made, each one of these modules will just be able to tell the actual system which one it came from just by having these things change, like the pistons change to divert the water, and they always reset at the end of their use, so it always goes back to just one long water stream going off that way. But pretty much whichever one is calling items is what's going to close and divert the water stream to it, so it always knows which one to go to. And the same thing works here for the returning items that come out of the decoder. It's just connected to the same redstone line, so it's normally by default just open going in a straight line, but then whichever one called the item, it will reconfigure, divert the water, and go up and over and back to whichever one called it. So something I'm curious about is, if you had one of these access points really far away from the central storage hub, and you had to wait a long time for the items to come, would there be enough time after this thing got filled enough with items and started to trigger this, which would eventually close that and stop it? Would that have enough time to let all the items through? Because I had to add all these repeaters here, so there's a really long delay, so all the items actually make it into this water stream, because before this would close too soon, the items would just go all the way down and out the end, and obviously that's not good. So that's something I'm not quite sure about, because none of these are terribly far away from the central storage system. The idea for this is that you'd want to have it be as far away as you wanted. Like, there shouldn't be a limit to how far it would be. It just have to be longer water streams. That's something we'd test maybe in the Mark II version of this. And obviously part of ME systems is auto crafting. Auto crafting doesn't exist in vanilla at the moment, so there's nothing we can do with that. If for some reason auto crafting were to get added to vanilla Minecraft, that'd be great, and we would add that for sure to this. I'd also love to connect farms to this and have like farms go straight into like storage silos built for them, and have like little indicators for what farms are connected. I'd like to have some manual way from the central area of actually turning off modules. Like, say, oh, I don't want this to work. Like, you could just completely disable it or something. I think that would be really cool to do. But for now, this is the Mark I version of vanilla Redstone ME system. Yay! Right now it does maybe like 30% of what ME systems can do. It does it to some extent, yeah. It stores items, it displays how many items are there, displays what kind of items are there, and you can access it pretty much wherever you want, as long as you build this big fancy thing. Obviously, Applied Energistics is a very complicated mod. Like, I've only recently learned more about it, and there's a lot that I don't know about it, but I know pretty decent. I know like the basic stuff you can do with it. Like, I know how to set up auto crafting and stuff like that. So this is as close as I could get using vanilla Redstone currently in the Mark I version. But if you guys want to see me expand upon this design, then I can create a video doing ME system Mark II and try to add even more functionality and I guess just complicated systems to this thing. Also, if you guys really want, I can do a tutorial, but there'd have to be quite a few people like asking for a tutorial on this for me to do it. So if you guys are really interested in a tutorial on this, I can do that, but only, like I said, if a bunch of people are interested. Also, as a quick announcement, for now I'm shutting off my Patreon because the server that I'm paying for the Patreons is costing way more money than I'm actually getting from Patreon. So for now I'm gonna have to close it down. I may activate it at some time in the future, I don't really know, but yeah, just a quick announcement for that. But I think that's all for today's Redstone showcase, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, then be sure to hit that like button so that YouTube knows that you like this video. And also don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so as not to miss out on future videos that we do. I may be going to only a video on Wednesday instead of on Tuesday and Thursday, depending on what I feel like. Because most of my audience is like not even around during the week, and I'm kind of busy during the week, so we may have 2 videos a week plus live streams, maybe 3. It may just kind of depend on how busy I am. But yeah, just be aware that there may not be 2 videos each actual like school week. There's always going to be a video Sunday and like at least 1 video during the week, but I don't know for sure yet. Just a heads up on that. And if you're interested, you can come join my Discord. The link is down in the description below. But I think that's going to do it for today, guys. I've been Speeve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Bye.